Hi, welcome to Quirky Queen's Journals. My name's Kirsten. So I have a concertina sketch pad and it comes in a little box, which is quite exciting. I got it in Hobbycraft though and it was cheap. I think £6 or something maybe. I wouldn't have paid a lot for it because it's off-brand, but it's double-sided, so when you go to do the other side, you're not painting on the back of the same page. Anyway, this is going to be my floral notebook, and I've done these in the jelly plate and I'm really excited. So I'm kind of going for a plant or a flower on a tablecloth with wallpaper, and I'm hoping by the end that I'm going to be coming up with some wonderful bright maximalist type paintings. Anyway, this is the first one. This is Posca pen pulled with silver metallic paint. This is the second one. That is alcohol markers pulled with titanium buff acrylic paint. And this is the third, and this is fluid acrylic paints. I've made a mess here, but it's still all right. Pulled with Naples yellow acrylic paint. So I'm going to do a Posca pen one again. Now, when I look at this, I was really happy with it, but then when I look at these two, I'm like, oh, the black's very overpowering. Unfortunately, I have a limited range of Posca pens though, so I'm going to try it with white, I think, around the plant. I'm going to put this to, I love these. They're so whimsical, but they're still quite strong. I love a combination that kind of oppose each other. Anyway, let's do it. I'm a bit excited, by the way, because they were really easy, but they were also, they have great, I'm really happy with how they turned out. What I got back for the amount of effort I put in, I'm really happy with. So I've downloaded some patterns and some little plants and flower graphics from Canva just to use as a kind of starting base so that I don't feel overwhelmed with what I'm doing. So I'm going to start with the white this time. I'm going to do this one roughly. I'm just using it as a guide. I do need to put my jelly plate a little bit off centre though for the drawing. Okay. I'm not doing it exact, but compositionally these little graphics that I've printed from Canva should be, I mean, I would think that their composition should be fairly accurate. Not accurate, that's the wrong word. That I can't concentrate and talk at the same time. That they should have some good composition in them already, and I can just adapt them to my needs. Okay. That's the keen in this one here. So these little leaves are like little 2 and 3 pronged type things. Going to start here because I'd like it to still be kind of wet. The green one, so that I can but this isn't an exact copy, this is just a guideline for starting with. So I've been watching a lot of Sandy Hester, and oh, do you know what, I really, at first I thought, oh, I wasn't keen, but actually, do you know, I've really grown to love how she does her faces, and how when she does a lot of her interiors, like her still lifes and her landscapes, she actually has a very recognisable style. I don't want to put too much of this red on, and it's got a very kind of, as if you've just let a child go crazy, but that's almost like the kind of our style, because actually underneath it all there is a lot of different techniques that she's using, and she uses so much different mixed media. She does a lot of layering. She looks at things from different angles in the same, so in the same picture you can tell, especially with her landscapes, there's definitely, she takes a lot of references, you know, so she's done maybe sketches from like 10 different angles, and she combines it to make all one picture, or she'll combine different scenes together, and I think it's really lovely. I'm just putting a blues in little tiny areas. The thing with the Posca pens, because I am very limited, but they're very expensive. There. Right, let's look at the patterns now. I like that vase, this vase here. But then I might, no, I like that one. I would like to be making different shades, but I'm doing this one purely in Posca pens, so want it to be just a bit less of a Christmassy green. Right, let's choose a pattern for the tablecloth. Right, so I think we should do a bold checkered. So that's purple and white. I think we need some yellow. Done that too high up. So I chose the yellow because I've got the purple in the vase, and I'm also choosing a bold design because this is quite bitty. And although the vase has stripes, I've put some little gold dots on, so I went a wee bit off pattern at this edge here, but Sandy Hester wouldn't make any she wouldn't have a problem with it, so neither shall we. I do think they glide on the jelly plate better in the vertical direction, so now what I do want to do is, where's the black? Where are you, black? Here. Now this black I don't want too much of, but I want it to create a bit of a shadow. A bit more there than I wanted. There we go. Right, and oh, I think we need to do blue with it. Let's do blue. I'm not tidying it up. What I'm doing is I'm just trying to make the pattern a bit more balanced looking on the tablecloth. I'll probably bring this up a bit higher. I'll make this one a bit thicker. And it's a tablecloth at the end of the day, so it should be a bit, we don't want sharp squares. Right, for the wall, I should have got more striped patterns because I like the stripes coming down on the wall. Let's do circles. We could do... I think we should just do stripes. And then okay, let's put some there. Right, I'm going to use sky blue to put this time. But we will need to let this settle a bit. Slightly worried my dark squares are going to be overwhelming. Maybe we'll just put some white in the middle to calm them down a wee bit. Right, we're going to let that dry for probably only needs 5 minutes now, maybe 10 because this is quite thickly layered down here. So I'm going to put this off until it's dry. Right, I think that's dry. Sure it is. It loses its sheen. Now the thing with the Posca pens when we're using them is, how do I put it? When you put another Posca pen colour on top, it doesn't necessarily push the one that's underneath away. Whereas with the alcohol pens, it does. So what I like about this is the different effects you can get. And I do plan to do them all together, but I like seeing the effects that I'm getting from them separately just now. I've put quite a lot on there. Let's roll it off on something. Oh, look. That was the first one I tried. It was a disaster. It wasn't a disaster. The jelly plate wasn't clean. Now, I'm doing this in my concertina notebook, so it's not the easiest thing to try and get right. Where it is my... So I have this kind of registration plate I made in my tips for beginners videos. It's not tips for beginners as in a tell you what to do. It's a kind of ways that I have found that worked for me, which is different to telling somebody what to do. Because we all have our own ways of working, so some things suit some people better than others. There we go. Right. Okay. Right, the next thing I want to try and do is, because I find it easier to, once I feel that the paper has adhered, I do find it a bit easier to work from this side. Oh, that's nice. I'm going to do that. I just open up a few pages so that it's, I'm not pulling on it. So that the paper and the jelly plate is not getting any pressure put on it. Let's move this up a bit. And see, I've got my wee shadow as well. It's maybe a bit too dark. In this case here, because I was putting down the yellow, I might have been better actually just having less yellow in there. I'm enjoying using these kind of brash colours with it as well. I'm not even thinking about what goes with what. I'm literally just throwing it all at the page. Still a bit wet. It is a bit of a waiting game. One thing I'm trying to be conscious of though is I do want kind of clashing designs. So this one's very bold and this one's been pared back slightly. But I just want lots of clashing. I want lots of vibrancy. I want lots of shapes, lines. I just want lots of everything. Because I think that doing it on the gel plate, you know, in a printerly fashion, it does mute everything down. You know, and because it makes everything flat. So I think you can get away with more. Not get away with more because you can do whatever you want. But I do think that it helps balance it out more because everything's flat, and there's also parts of it, if you've put it on too thick, that it maybe doesn't pull up as well, and that helps balance it as well. These are just thoughts that I'm having. I'm not saying they're facts. This is why I like to do things repetitively, because it helps me see what I think works and what things that I could do differently. Like doing something and getting a negative result from it doesn't mean that actually that's what caused the negative result. You need to really do it quite a lot of times to discover what it is you think's happening. Anyway, that's my ramblings for today. Right, let's have a look. Oh, we're looking good, by the way. Left a wee bit at that side. I'm going to pull from here. Sometimes pulling from a different area back over that helps it go down better. Do you know, see, for all there's lots of blues and there's some orange in there now. It's definitely still like Christmas. There's a Christmas vibe to that. Okay, that's all right. I'm wondering if the sky blue is a bit much. I think that plant design would have worked better with the alcohol pens because I've got 80 of them. I think if you had a large range of posca pens, that would have worked better. But you know what? It's still good. It's just got a bit of a wrapping paper feel to it, the colour scheme. So this is where we're at. So next I'm going to do the alcohol pen one. But I'm going to put them in separate videos so that you can just watch whatever media is that you've got or that you're wanting to do. So I'll see you soon in the next video. Thanks very much for watching anyway, and I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope to see you soon. Take care. Bye.